Hello, and welcome back to the channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Charlie Wright. I've been an actor for most of my life, but you probably know me best from playing this guy. But let's talk about how I got there. My acting journey first started in high school, where I decided to join up for drama class freshman year. In that class I learned about how to audition and create characters, but the most important thing I learned was how to be uninhibited, how to be loose and think on your feet. It definitely comes in handy, especially when doing comedy, and there was a specific moment in class that changed me. One day we were doing an exercise where we had to play a scene without talking, only movement. And at the time, I wasn't really a big participator. I was shy and didn't want to be in this class, so I think I started dozing off when all of a sudden I woke up to the teacher standing over me, and she dragged me into the middle and made me do a scene with two other people. And I remember feeling so embarrassed and hot in the face while doing it and dreading every second of it. But when it was finally over, I looked around to see if people were laughing or making fun of me, and that's when I realized that nobody really cares. Nobody was paying attention. They were all too busy wrapped up in their own lives and didn't care as much as I made myself think they did. So from then on, I felt free, like something had broken inside of me and I could finally perform and be myself without care. And it was a huge moment of change for me that led me down the road to becoming the person I am today. I also did a small stint at the Strasberg Institute in Los Angeles. It has an interesting reputation because it's the same technique that all the method actors use, and some people think it works and some think they're crazy. I had to apply and be admitted and then pay a fee of like $2,000. I went in for my first day of classes and it was definitely an interesting experience, let's just say. I don't know. I don't think it was the right fit for me. I'm sure it works for some people and there are some great suggestions in the book, which I recommend reading. But at the same time, I had already felt like I had my own technique that worked for me, and so I just stuck with that. Now, just a heads up, at this point, I had already been assigned model and started getting auditions for commercials because of it. Since there isn't much of a fashion scene in LA, my agent would also send me out to commercial auditions. I don't know how standard this is, but that's how I got my start. My first real acting gig happened when I was 13. I did a commercial for Skittles, which never ended up airing, where I played a nerdy kid who makes fun of his friend because when he gets embarrassed, he shoots Skittles out of his ears. And I had to eat Skittles all day long, and I haven't had Skittles since. But from then on, I started getting way more commercials until eventually I was able to join the Screen Actors Guild. Joining the guild is a huge boost because most acting jobs are unionized, and in order to join the guild, you need to have done either 3 days of work as a background actor or 1 day as a speaking role and pay a fee of like $3,000. After all that, I went to get a television and movie agent. Now, in order to get that agent, I had to perform a monologue because most of my commercial work didn't have dialogue. And if I remember correctly, I did the beginning monologue from Kick-Ass. Typically, you have 2 monologues ready, one dramatic and one more lighthearted or comedic to show your range. My first ever TV role was a non-speaking part on a sitcom called The Millers, where I played in a flashback scene and danced like an idiot. I got that role because I went absolutely feral in the audition, dancing like a complete freak, but they loved it, and that gave me the boost needed for when I auditioned for a small part in a new show called Better Things. I didn't have any lines, I just sat on the floor and pretended to play guitar. But after that, I had 2 comedy show credits, and the next job I ended up booking was my first ever movie role in Ingrid Goes West. In that one, I finally had dialogue, and I played a skater kid who punches Aubrey Plaza in the face for $100. Now, those were all the jobs I had prior to getting Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I auditioned for Diary of a Wimpy Kid the long haul in the summer of 2016, just like hundreds, if not thousands, of other guys. I've said this before that I didn't think I was going to get it, but they ended up calling me back, and I remember I had just bought these outrageous knee-high New Rock boots with flaming skulls on them and decided to wear them to the second audition in front of the director and producers. I figured if this was my one chance, I might as well go all out and leave an impression. And it ended up working, I guess, because the next thing I know, I'm flying to Atlanta to shoot a movie for 3 months. That experience is still the greatest acting experience I've had. After finishing Long Haul, I didn't really have anything set up to film next. My next acting project would be at the end of 2017 and was a digital series, so episodes of like 13 minutes for a company called Black Pill or something. The only reason I got it was because the guy they chose to do it got a better offer on a TV series, and I was the backup actor. It filmed in Thailand for like 5 to 6 weeks and was one of the worst experiences of my life. Nothing wrong with Thailand, love the place, just the whole working experience was awful. And it left a bad taste in my mouth towards acting that led me into a pretty deep spiral, and I didn't end up working again until the end of 2019 when I did the first episode for Yellow Jackets. In that one, I played a young goth version of Kevin and was only in the first episode before they replaced me later on. But that restored my hope and love in acting and made me excited to get back into it. And then COVID hit in 2020 and the whole business shut down and completely changed. Followed by the SAG and WGA strikes in 2023, that also shut down the business for multiple months. Which leads us to today. I recently filmed and posted a video to my YouTube talking about my overall experience as #NotMyRoderick, which to my surprise blew up and made me realize that people don't hate my guts anymore, which is nice, and also gave me the confidence to come back into the game, so to speak. Now, I had been posting videos to YouTube on and off for about a year and a half at that point on my other channel, and was enjoying the entire process of being a YouTuber. But now, with an incredible surge of subscribers and views, thanks to you guys, I can actually continue making videos. And I plan on continuing to be active on both this channel and the other one, so stick around. With all that said, what does the future hold? If you're wondering, yes, I still do auditions for acting, so who knows, maybe one day I will be in a film or TV show or something soon. And if it does happen, I'll most likely bring you guys along and record it. I also have big plans regarding my other channel and this channel, so I have a lot of ideas of what I want to do in the future. One of them is something that you will all be able to participate in, I'm hoping, and, be a part of. I will also continue to make videos about any topics or questions you guys have, so remember to leave those in the comments below. And other than that, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!